One of the things I started working with was the Lutheran Women's Missionary League. They were not anywhere online in our district. And I said, people will not Google you because they don't even know there is such an LWML. If you're a non-Lutheran person, how can you have a presence and how can people help to tell that? So they finally got a board or a page. 287 people like it. Gathering community online can be very slow work unless we get to the next thing, and I'll show you in a minute. So this was one of the stories that happened with the LWML. I was asked to come to Charlotte and to lead an event. I think it was in March. They normally have about 25 people show up, and they said, we envisioned doing a different kind of event. So we talked through how we invited people was different, who we invited was different. It became an intergenerational event. And the main thing we showed them how to do was to tell the story. The main thing I'm telling you today that I'm learning about all of this is that we have to help people be storytellers and story gatherers. We have church events all the time, but we never ever show anybody if they came. We invite, but we never show the picture of what the event looked like, who came, and the after story. What is the after story for an event? Because this room looked very different than most of their LWML events, simply because the tables were intergenerational. So we did a whole blog post, told the story, put it on Facebook, and then everybody could tell the story about this one event because we created the content so that they could do that. This is the connections page for women of the Southeastern District. There's men that like this page too, that's okay. But this is where we tell and connect the story of the women in the ministry and what's happening in the lives of people. So when you like this page, this is where an invite gets put up of an event that might be open for all women, where a church could let me know and say, please advertise this event for our church. We would like to invite a bigger community than the people in our church roster and in our building. We want to make this community. We would like to invite the churches in our circuit. I have worked for 25 years trying to connect circuit events. It's the hardest thing that I know. The invitation goes to the desk of the pastor. He puts it in a pile for the secretary. She decides if it's important information for the congregation, and half the time they're out of room in the church bulletin or communicator or however that image is gone. You have to put the invitation in the hands of the people. Facebook works well for that. The main thing we're trying to help people to do in the groundwork for social media, if you're using the very basic tool of Facebook, is you got to get people to like your page, because that brings things up to the top with how the rhythm of things work for Facebook. But because you're cheerleaders, you need to share it. So if there's an event your church is posting on their church Facebook page, you can like it, but the momentum of the story and the invitation happens when you share it. And I know that the thinking is, well, that would go out to people that aren't part of my church. Well, that's exactly what we want you to do. Some of the best comments I had on my Facebook page was after the Orlando incident happened, and I shared the story of Sasha, our comfort dog, on the Facebook page. And I had a lot of non-Christian friends that I'm connected to say, I need to know more about the church that has a comfort dog, and you're Lutheran, and you send it to Orlando. That's a church I'd like to know about. Because the story of Sasha, our comfort dog in Hilton Head, touched the lives of somebody who might not normally think about being church related or church connected.